In the words of the immortal Chris Berman, that's why they play the game. What is up, Dolphin fans? Yes, the Miami Dolphins have won against the Atlanta Falcons. 34-10 victory on the road, and they played beautifully. Now, the first thing I have to say is because in my preview, and I really thought that, first of all, I thought we were going to get destroyed in this game. I will be the first one to say I thought Bijan Robinson was going to just blow us up. Going to get into all that. But two things before I get started on the breakdown of this game. The players have not quit. I thought you were going to see a lot of players start cashing it in and just collecting a paycheck. This team fought hard. The defense was absolutely amazing. And I absolutely did not see any quit in this team. Now, the fact that they got an early lead, I think helps that because you build on that momentum. But I said it last week, I thought the loss to Cleveland was going to clinch it as far as players just quitting on this team. I did not see that today. I did not see a bunch of quitters. I did not see anybody. I saw guys playing hard and playing to the hill. So I want to first and foremost apologize to the players, the Miami Dolphin players. I really thought there would be a lot of chips cashed in after last week. And this defense and offense played hard. Now, the one other thing I want to make mention real quick before I get started is I did find out today that longtime New York Jets center passed away, Nick Mangold. I just want to real quick throw my condolences to the Mangold family. Died way too young, only 41 years old. Played for the Jets his whole career from 2006 to 2016. Went into their Ring of Honor in 2022. And there was a lot of talk about him going to the Hall of Fame. He was going to be up for nomination. This was going to be his first year up for nomination after his retirement for 2026. All-world player, and just want to say our condolences to the Mango family and the New York Jets. I know we're rivals, but Nick Mango was a beast at the center position, and I just want to let you guys know as well, the NFL family in general, big loss, died way too young, 41 years old. So condolences to the family, condolences to Jets fans. Just want to let you guys know it's still a family in general, and just wanted to say that to the family and Jets fans. And with that somber note, we are going to get into this ball game. Dolphins dominated. The Dolphins dominated from the opening kickoff to the end of the game. But let's get into some stats. Tua Tagovailoa, 20 of 26, 205 yards, 4 touchdowns, no turnovers for the Dolphins today. very efficient game. Now, I'll get into the Tua thing. Achan, 18 for 67 yards, 3.7 yard carry, or per carry, 5 catches, 24 yards, and the touchdown. And Ollie Gordon, I have banged the table about getting Ollie Gordon the ball. Today, they did it. 10 carries, 46 yards, 4.6 yard average. He also had a catch for 20 yards and the touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 5 catches, 99 yards, and that beautiful run after the catch for the touchdown. And Malik Washington, 4 catches, 36 yards, and a touchdown. Savaianaya actually played. This is the best game I have seen him play, including an interception breakup. The ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. It was wrapped to the Falcons player. I can't remember who it was. And Savaianaya is the one that broke that up, got his hands in there, and batted that ball away. It would have definitely been an interception. Wouldn't have been to his fault. It was tipped in the air. It was just one of those, and the defensive lineman's just standing there waiting. And Savaianaya, with his back turned to the guy that was catching it, just happens to turn at the last second and just this number to try and get the ball out, and does, and breaks up the interception. So Savaianaya did have a quality game today. And the other person I wanted to talk about was the fact Jordan Brooks, and I've talked about his ability and the fact that he leads the NFL in tackles. And I said that may be miscued a little bit just because of how long the Dolphins defense is on the field. Today, the Dolphins defense was not on the field very long, and he had 7 tackles, 3 assists, and the only sack for the Dolphins. He played amazing, Jordan Brooks. I also want to get out a quick shout to Patterson, the kicker, because what is his first name before I don't want to... Riley Patterson. He had a really good day today, and just want to mention him. I think it's getting overlooked a little bit of how well he has done for this team in Jason Sanders' absence. Riley Patterson has been the only real big miss he had, and I think his long is 53-yard career long, not for the team, but his career long was only 53 yards or something like that, maybe 51 yards. And the Dolphins decided, McDaniel decided to trot him out for a 57-yard field goal like a couple of weeks ago, and it wasn't even close. But other than that, he has been really can't miss for us in this stretch. So Riley Patterson has filled in beautifully for the injured Jason Sanders. We're going to go to Kirk Cousins. Didn't know he was going to start. That was kind of a last-minute thing. And that scared me to death, because I said in my preview, I was not worried about Penix Jr. as far as his passing ability. Don't get me wrong. He may have lit us up, but obviously he couldn't have done no worse. Kirk Cousins had a horrible day. 21 of 31 for 173 yards. Just was off target, and I don't know if he was off target or if the receivers were running the wrong route, but I know of at least 3 times. At least 3 times his receivers were running ends or comebacks, and he's throwing go patterns. They just could not get on the same page today. Helped the Dolphins out, though. Best as far as third down defense, by far the best the Dolphins have done and looked. And the other big one is Bijan Robinson. I thought he was going to have a field day on this defense. 9 carries, 25 yards, and a fumble. Not even a forced fumble. He literally dropped the ball in the red zone, and he did not have a good day. The Dolphins defense was relentless today. Now, of course, you want to say, where has this been? It's just one game, but I'm going to be happy. I've been sad for a lot of weeks now, so I'm going to be happy about it. But the defense, hats off. You guys played amazing, and the running game was amazing. Going to get into that. Tyler Algier had the only touchdown for the Falcons. I think it was like a 10-yard touchdown, something like that. Kyle Pitts, 9 catches for 59 yards. We still can't really stop tight ends. But he was the only one really worth mentioning for Atlanta. That is kind of all they had as far as in the stats situation. And on defense, D. Alford had the only sack for Atlanta. Both teams gave up 1 sack apiece. He also had 5 tackles. And then Caden Ellis, 7 tackles, 5 assists. So he had a pretty good game today in general. But as a whole, this game was dominated by the Miami Dolphins. Again, 34-10. We'll get into the team stats, which total yards, 338 by the Dolphins, 213 by Atlanta. Rushing yards, and this, we have beat the table. And I know this has not just been me. A lot of Dolphins fans have beat the table. We don't run the ball enough. And today, I would actually have to go back. I didn't write it down, but I think we actually ran the ball more than we passed it. And I think most Dolphin fans feel that that's what we needed to do. And today it worked. 141 yards total rushing to the Falcons, 45. 45 yards. The worst run defense in the league held this team to, and they were the number 1 or number 2 rushing team in the league. Held them to, they only had 10 yards rushing in the first half. 10. This defense played amazing. And it wasn't even that Atlanta, sometimes you look at it and you go, well, they just played badly. Now, Kirk Cousins did play badly, or his receivers did not run the right routes. They were not on page together. But that offensive line and those running backs, that had nothing to do with Kirk Cousins. And the Dolphins were shooting gaps, coming up and making tackles, not dancing around as much. I only seen it once, and it drove me crazy. It was going into the second half. And the first thing I see, and I don't remember who it was, but the Dolphins defender doing this whole box thing like he's playing basketball after the receiver catches the ball, like he's just, and you got people, just go make the tackle. Stop dancing. Go make the tackle. But I did see that a lot more today. Guys coming up and not hesitating and actually making tackles. Defense played amazing. First downs, 24 for the Dolphins, 11 for the Atlanta Falcons. Third down efficiency, the Miami Dolphins, who've been pretty good on third down, except for last week, they've been good on third down all season. 3 of 16. 6 of 13. I'll get it out in a minute. So pretty much their average is what they got today, just under 50%. The Falcons, 2 of 11. The Dolphins absolutely dominated on third down. On fourth down, the Dolphins went for it twice. One of them I wouldn't even count. They went for the one early. And you got nothing to lose. You may as well. And they get it. Ollie Gordon was tremendous on short yardage today. Absolutely tremendous. The only other time we went for it on fourth down was at the end of the game. And it was a give-up play, give Atlanta the ball back. We could have kicked a field goal there if they wanted to. It was just a give up play, and the Falcons were 2 of 4 on 4th down. So for the Dolphins to stop anybody on 4th down, that's a plus because they haven't done it all year. So they only got it 50% of the time. Dolphins done a good job there. Of course, we talked about the sacks, 1 each. Penalties, and I swear this is reversed. I feel like somebody put on the wrong uniforms. But penalties, Dolphins 4 penalties, 54 yards. Now, Patrick Paul had a day in penalties because I know they had 4 penalties for 54 yards. I know 2 of those were false starts by Patrick Paul. So he had a rough day in the false start department. But the Falcons, 8 penalties, 76 yards. You would think that would be reversed if you really look at everything. Turnovers weren't bad. Robinson had the only turnover in the game, the one where he just let the ball get away from him. Dolphins, 0 turnovers for the day. I don't usually talk about plays, but I felt like it was relevant for this game in the fact that the Dolphins had 65 total plays, the Atlanta Falcons 49. They completely controlled the time of possession in this game, and at the end, 37 minutes 58 seconds for the Dolphins to the Falcons 22 minutes and 2 seconds. This was an absolute butt whooping put on the Atlanta Falcons, and I will be the first to say I didn't see it coming. I did not pick Miami for this game. I had no reason to pick Miami for this game, and I will not pick the Miami Dolphins against the Ravens. Now, if they will stay with this pattern, another thing the Dolphins done, first time they've done this year, and I don't remember what offensive lineman it was, but they played 6 offensive linemen at times. I'd heard other people, I have not mentioned it, but I have heard other YouTubers, media people, fans in general, hey, why not throw an extra offensive lineman at the tight end spot, to try and run the football? They did it today. So it worked. It worked to perfection, and the Miami Dolphins absolutely dominated this game. And I know there's going to be a lot of you fans that are going to be so upset. Although the Jets did win a game, so we're still only a game for those fans out there that want us to just lose every game and just forget about it. The Jets did win, even though the Dolphins won. So, you still have hope if that's what you want. Me, I'm going to root. I was absolutely ecstatic with this game. I'm happy for those guys. They had no quit in them. They played a brilliant game, and the coaching was good. Now, I still have issues with the bubble screens because they came out in the third quarter. The first third down, it's like 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12. And the first thing you see is that quick bubble screen to the left. And I just started shaking my head. Even though we had a lead, all I could think of was, here we go again. And after that, it was pretty clean. They even done a fake bubble screen with a run to Achane on 3rd and 12 late in the game, and that was an absolute thing of brilliance. I loved it. I would much rather see, if you're just going to give up a play anyway on these stupid bubble screens, try to run a draw and see. I mean, Achane's got the speed. If he can just get past one guy, he's got a shot. And they played brilliant today. It breaks my heart when you think of the close games that they have lost. And today, they looked dominant. Now, before people come at me about the whole Tua thing, I know Tua had an eye injury. I would assume maybe it's allergies or something. He played well today. He did not play great. I know he threw 4 touchdowns. He did not play great. But he did play well. And with this type of running game, you can win with Tua. It's what we've been saying forever. I think that ship has sailed. Don't get me wrong. I still think we're going to have to go out and get a new quarterback. So, I don't know. Maybe Atlanta would want to trade for Tua because, let's face it, the last time he played in this stadium today in Atlanta was when he came in at halftime, won the championship for Alabama. This is the first time he's been back to the stadium was today. And Dolphins look pretty good. So, hey, maybe Atlanta. He seems to play well there. But in all seriousness, I think it's too late for Tua, obviously. And he did not play great. If you look at his stats, don't get me wrong, it was very efficient. But he did make mistakes. There was times... And I really wished he would throw the ball away more. There's some of these plays, and now there was a play as well. He dumped the ball off to the left side. Again, I don't remember who it was. I remember who he should have thrown the ball to. And he looked right at him. And Achane, the guy played way off, and Achane is running a swing. And if he lays it out there, at least we get some yardage. But instead, I don't know, it may have been Malik Washington. He ends up just throwing something out to the left. And there's 3 Falcons right there. And Achane is running a swing, and there's only 1 defender. And he's about 10 yards off of him. At least you get some positive yards. The other thing was about what I was saying was throwing the ball away. I know it hurts his completion percentage, and that's kind of Tua's thing is, the high completion. I don't care about completion percentage. What I do care about is losing yards. And there was a couple of times, and I've seen he does it all the time. He'll dump the ball out, and of course the guy's going to catch it. But it's behind the line of scrimmage. If you look, he's covered. Just throw the ball away. I'd much rather it be an incomplete pass and we have it 2nd and 10 or 3rd and 10 than 2nd and 13 or 3rd and 12. I would much rather him throw the ball away than just try to complete these little bitty passes underneath that the guy's covered. There's no place to go. There's no place for him to go. Just throw it away. You're already rolling out. You're out of the pocket. Just throw it away. But anyway, those are a few of my thoughts on Tua. He did play, he played an efficient game. And hopefully they can build on this. The season is still over. I'm not sitting here going, oh, okay, who lost? Who done this? Who done that? That ship has sailed. We're not worried about that. The only thing I'm concerned with is players and what they are doing as far as heart and not giving up. Still playing this game that hopefully they love. And today I saw that all over the field. Nobody was giving up. Everybody played their butts off. So, guys, just enjoy this one. Just enjoy this one. I know a lot of people are going to be upset that they won. And a lot of people's going to be, well, you couldn't do this 3 weeks ago and 2 weeks ago, and, you couldn't have done this against the Patriots. You couldn't have done this earlier in the season. And it is what it is at this point. You can sit and cry about it all day if that's what you want to do. But it's not going to change anything. The only thing you can do now is try to figure out who wants to be here. And today, a lot of heart on this team. A lot of heart. With a lot of guys that could have just cashed in their chips, collected their paycheck, and went home. And Ollie Gordon ran hard. Achane running hard. Waddle running hard. You know, even Tua, there's no quitting. He's playing. The offensive line, they're playing hard. Are they very good? No. But they're playing hard. And at this point in the season, that's all we got, guys. That's all we got. Is root for these guys that are out there playing their butts off for you guys. Enjoy this one. We're not going to get a lot of these, obviously, this year. And we've already had 2 complete debacles against the Colts, against the Browns. Enjoy this one. Because nobody, except for the people in that locker room, and honestly, before the game, I wouldn't have even thought that there was people in the locker room that thought they were going to win this ball game. But I will say, at this point right now, it is basically that team against the world. Because I didn't pick them, and I sure did not see this coming. And I still will not pick, again, like I said, until they can show me something consistently, I can't pick them. But today, one time only, in the words of Chris Berman, you had to be an idiot with Bijan Robinson running the way he was running. You got the number 1 defense in the league. You got the number 1 pass defense in the league. You'd have to be an idiot to think that Miami had a chance today. And ladies and gentlemen, that's why they play the game. Make good decisions. Fins up for the future, baby.